Welcome to episode number 52 of turning $100 into $1 million, the series where I risk a whopping $100 of my money in an attempt for your entertainment to turn it into $1 million. And for the first time in a very long time, I don't know how many episodes it's been, probably counting on 15, 20, 25 episodes now, finally, I have sold a stock, I took some profit, and finally, I reinvested that money into another stock, so you'll actually see my portfolio looks slightly different. Can you catch the difference here? Can you spot the difference? We'll play a little game. You'll probably see already by the title, though. I won't spoil it. And we'll just take a quick look at the other stocks I'm holding. We'll just look at the profit and loss numbers there. I'm going to spare you looking at some of the other charts. We're just going to look at the stock that I sold and then the new stock I've acquired, because we have a few things to cover. And we cover the other charts every single solitary time in all the other episodes, so no point in doing it again. We'll do it in the next episode. But we'll just take a look here at RF. So RF is 422 up, or 19.43% up. DGLY 45.76 down, or 50.36 down. Viacom 1216 up, or 80% up. OXLC $4.48 down, or 11.24% in the red. I purposely skipped over one of the stocks there because that's what I want to look at. So if you didn't realize just yet, the stock that I did sell is Levi. I finally sold Levi. Now those were free stocks, right? So I received 2 free stocks of Levi totally free. So it didn't cost me anything. So I received the total cost of those stocks and the profit on top of that. So whatever I got the cost at Levi at, and then whatever I sold at. So it includes the profit as well as the cost of Levi. That's 100% in my pocket. Nothing was out of my pocket because they are free stocks. And speaking of free stocks, if you would like 2 free stocks, you can go ahead and use my link down below in the description. When you sign with Webull, you'll actually get 2 free stocks, all on me, all free. One valued up to $1,600, or you might end up with something around the cost of Levi. It's all free money, no reason not to do it. Sign up with my link down below in the description. So first we'll take a look at what I took profit out of Levi and what happened there, and then we'll look at the chart. So what you have to do here is you first go to your account. So you click on account here, and you'll see the positions again, but the difference is up here, you'll actually see this little tab here. If you're on desktop, called Stock P&L, or Profit and Loss, if you didn't know that. And if you click that, you can then see all of your history here and any current stocks that you're holding, all the profit and losses that you might have taken or that you have not realized just yet. So you can see the classic ABR from back in the day, all the way in the beginning. There was that profit there a long time ago. It feels like eternity ago. I think that was actually even before the pandemic that I had ABR, so long ago. But I did take that profit a while ago, and that was a decent profit. But Levi specifically, if we click on Levi, and that was a stock I took the profit on, that ended up being 2 shares, total being a $6.52 profit. Again, those were 2 free stocks, and my average price was $16.34, and I do believe that that was the price I sold them at, because that sounds about right. Sounds about what I sold them for today. So that was what I sold the stocks for, $16.34, equaling $32.68 in my pocket. And then I went ahead and used that $32.68 to immediately buy another stock, which we'll get into in just a second. But ended up being $6.52 profit on top of the cost that I received Levi at. So pretty decent. I'm pretty proud of it. And it was time to take the profit, and we'll look at the chart really quickly, and I'll show you why it was time to take the profit and why I thought it would be an ideal time to sell. First of all, the market was up today, and Levi did pretty nicely. It did 48 cents up, or about 3%. A little more action after hours that I did miss out on, but I actually sold the stock close to the market close, so maybe I could have gotten like 10 more cents, 20 more cents if I bought it in the middle of the day. But I sold and bought the other stock towards the end of the market, like 3:40, 3:50 p.m. You see the 5-day here did very well, right? So this stock was already up more than 4.5% for the month. Started the 30-day period here, September 21st, at $12. up about 36.5% there for the month. 6 months in the green, Most of the gains, though, you'll see did occur from September to October. So my logic was that even if it took another few months for this stock to fully recover, I would have only gotten, being optimistic, I think you probably would have gotten about $19. So it just felt like the right time to sell. I only had 2 shares, so maybe I could have squeezed out a few more dollars of profit. But I did want to try to jump in on this other stock, and that's why I did decide to sell Levi. I purposely sold Levi and not another stock because Levi I saw had the least potential of more gains, whereas the other stocks do have more potential. So I just figured, let's get rid of Levi, try something different, change it up, finally do something different in another episode here. And that's why we have acquired another stock. So that's it for Levi. So I sold Levi for about 16 and change, made a nice profit on the cost of Levi because it was all free stocks I received from somebody that was watching my videos. And we'll go back to trade here where you could see the positions, and that's where you'll see my new stock. If you didn't catch it already, it is AMC. AMC, as in the theater, that's exactly right. It is the AMC theater chain. Technically, it's AMC Entertainment Holdings. It's not actually the company. That's probably the parent company of AMC, technically, the LLC. And it's already in the green, right? So it's already in profit. Kind of lucky there because I bought it towards the end of the day. Had I bought it in the middle of the day, I actually would be at a loss. Pretty significant loss. Nothing too crazy though. So I said, you know what? This stock has been so beaten down, and theaters in New York are reopening this Friday. But the reason the stock dipped today was because of another bankruptcy warning, right? So there's another bankruptcy warning with the stock that it's very low in cash, and the stock will be selling shares to raise more capital. So I figured if AMC has survived this long and they've made it through the rain this long, they've weathered the storm, there could be a little bit more potential. And so my logic is that this is going to be a fast trade. This is going to be probably one of the quickest trades I've done so far. All the other ones have been semi-swing trades, semi-long-term trades. This one's probably going to be the quickest, hopefully, if everything did go to plan, does plan out that the way I'm envisioning it. But we'll take a look at AMC quickly here. And AMC, you could see, like I said, it was down 45 cents today. I got in at exactly 310. It was actually like 3.099999, but 310 to round it off. And I got in just about, probably like right there towards the market close, this little tail end here of the trading. And if you actually include after hours, at one point it was up as high as 318 after hours. If you include after hours, I'm already in the green. I'm already up. But you don't get too optimistic. You don't want to do too much wishful thinking because I've said, oh my god, I'm already up, and I've already been in the stock for minutes, and then the stock could tank. So you do have to be careful. You don't celebrate too early. Don't spike the football too early. But I am in profit for now. And it's just been so beaten down. So today it was down about 13%. And you could subtract a little bit after hours. Let's see, the 5 days. It's actually break even for the 5 days. And it actually skyrocketed yesterday with the news of Cuomo announcing that New York theaters will reopen. That's what led the stock to soar. So my thinking here is that I'm going to try to just get to that previous top right there just in these last few days. That's all the profit I'm going for. I don't think I'm going to hold too long for this stock. So let's pretend you did get in at 310. We'll try to find that on the map, on the chart here, right there, right? So how much profit would you see if you just hold up to the peak? It'll actually be a 22% profit. So we're just going for 50, 60, 70 cents here. That's all I'm trying for. I'm not even trying to go for $4 or $5. If it jumps up that quickly with the reopening this Friday, great, I'll take it. But I would say that we can at least get 50, 60, 70 cents here out of a really quick trade, and then I might move that money immediately towards something else. And just to recap, AMC, I got 12 shares, left me with a few pennies left in cash in my portfolio. I can't get anything else. Could do a fraction, but just figured only just do 12 whole shares. You can see I'm already up 48 cents or 1.29%. Let's look at the article now explaining the bankruptcy. Potential bankruptcy, not bankrupt just yet. So, AMC Entertainment to sell stock amid bankruptcy warning. And AMC Entertainment Holdings Inc., the world's largest cinema chain, agreed to sell as many as 15 million shares of its stock while warning investors that it may need to file for bankruptcy, leaving its equity worthless. AMC, contending with a liquidity crisis that threatens its ability to remain a going concern, said the equity distribution plan might not be enough. With $417.9 million in cash on hand, the company still needs a material amount of new funding by the end of the year to stay in business. AMC is unable to raise enough cash to meet its obligations. The company said it would file for bankruptcy or seek an out-of-court restructuring of its debts. Company shares fell as much as 12% in the trading time, down 8.1% to 325 at 9:48 a.m. right after market open. Stock is already down 51% this year through Monday's close. And then it goes into a potential bankruptcy and explaining what a Chapter 11 bankruptcy would do for this stock. But at any rate, my thinking is the stock has been so beaten down, it's a dead cat bounce potentially. It already hit 2 and change. It already hit just a few days ago. It was already at 278, and then it quickly came back up with that announcement. So I'm just trying to go for a very quick trade here. And you do have to keep in mind, even though that there's a lot of fear and uncertainty with this stock, it still has over $400 million on cash on hand, which is significant that the company has cash on hand rather. That's a good sign. It does bode well. And I just don't foresee AMC, which as is stated, the world's largest chain of cinemas, I don't just picture them to all shut down. I just don't see it. And other countries, they're already reopening theaters, and we've already seen some reopening in this country of, your typical mom and pop style theaters, your non-chain retail theaters. And with the reopening in New York, that will be a rather decent portion of the business that will be reopened, even though that they're not 100% capacity. Could still boost some sales and revenue. The company is actually renting out its theaters. That's another piece of news. The company is actually charging $100 to $200 to $300, depending on what your needs are, to actually rent out the theater for whatever event or conference you want to have at an AMC. And that's raising some revenue. It's definitely bringing in some bucks that it lost from ticket sales. And I just don't see the company filing for bankruptcy just yet. It's survived many times potential bankruptcies. I even thought about buying the stock at some points, but I just feel that now might be a decent time to make a quick profit as opposed to a few months ago. I just don't see it happening. So that's why I bought the stock. Perhaps I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments about AMC, if you have taken a look at the company and its stock particularly. But I just feel that I can get a rather quick profit out of this. Nothing too crazy. I'm not going for the big bucks, but just something to play around with and gamble with. So that's it for this episode. Finally, some action. I know you guys have probably been bored out of your mind of just seeing the same stocks over and over again, but I had to change it up a bit, and that's what I did in this episode. So if you did enjoy it, go ahead and click that like button for me. Click the big like button, smash it, and hit that big red button, the subscribe button. And if you want to see more videos on my channel, hit that notification bell as well. That way notified every single time I do make a new one. Looking forward to see you guys in the next episode. Take care for now.